Great. Just to keep us on the agenda, first of all, I want to thank all of you for being here today. I'm very happy to see a lot of familiar faces that we have seen in other activities of the project. I'm also very happy to see new faces that are going to be engaged in these export days for the next 10 days. Just briefly to tell you about the OT40 project, we're working in Ukraine, Serbia, and Albania, supporting the sustainable growth of the organic market, in this case of the export market. And this is one of the core activities of our project. We believe that enhancing the trade and promoting the organic market can bring benefits that can be also available for the communities in all the three countries where we are working. And we are also working to enhance the capacities of everyone involved, so the benefits can be available for everyone. And this event is part of these efforts. So we're very happy to open in the Organic Export Days. You, as Toraf explained, you will have the chance to present your products or your needs, get to know other potential partners, and hopefully this will be the first step where you can establish also long cooperation with other companies. So I wish you the best on these next days, fruitful meetings for all of you. I also want to invite you to keep engaged in the OT40 project. We're working on different activities, supporting different stakeholders in the organic sector, from local initiatives to the policy makers, to the traders and exporters. So just invite you to keep engaged with us, and we hope to see you again. And I wish you again the best for these days. Thank you.
Thank you, dear Alejandro. Now I would like to hand over to my colleague from the QFTP program. So that's Natalie Prokopchuk. She is replacing Igor Kravchenko, who is the deputy program manager of this program, but he is one of the victims of the power cuts and is therefore not able to be participating with us. And therefore, I'm very happy that Natalie was willed to hand over. The floor is yours. Thank you, Natalie.
Good morning, everyone. As Toralf already mentioned, unfortunately, our local program manager, Igor Kravchenko, has no light and no internet today. And he delegated this role to have a speech today to me. So best greetings from our Swiss-Ukrainian program, Higher Value Added Trade from Organic and Dairy Sectors in Ukraine. I would like to mention that we work in Ukraine since 2019, and our project will be ended in June 2023. We have very fruitful collaboration with our state partners and also with our private sector partners. And I would like to mention that our project works for two sectors, for organic sector and for dairy sector. And within the objectives of our program, the overall goal is to increase the value-added trade from organic and dairy sectors, both for domestic and export markets. And the two objectives which are based on this goal are to strengthen product quality and safety in organic and dairy sectors. And for this, we use, together with our partners, the programmatic approach for capacity development to improve the regulatory framework and business environment, which leads to improvement of quality and safety of products in general. We think that the results depend from partners, from local partners, and they are driving force, and we only support them in all their efforts to change the world in organic and in dairy sectors in Ukraine. And here I would like very much to thank to the Ministry of Agrarian Policy and Food of Ukraine. Today, I'm very happy that we have the first deputy minister with us, who will have a speech a bit later, and also second beneficiary of our program, State Service of Ukraine and Food Safety and Consumer Protection, because they are very much important for implementation of organic and dairy legislation in Ukraine, and they have also very important role. And I think the key success factor for the Ukrainian organic and dairy market development are really leading and sustainable position of local state institutions. And here we see really the positive sample of Ukraine. And of course, we would like to share this experience with you from other countries. And the key objective number 2 is to increase the trade capacity in domestic and export markets for final products from organic and dairy sectors. And here we support in private and public sector stakeholders. Here I would like to mention 3 examples. One is Organic Initiative. And Organic Initiative, this is organic stakeholder platform. And it plays the role of joint decision-making sector brain and also united effort, strong voice. It was established just in April 2020, but we see that they really generated a lot of good results for Ukraine, and especially in critical time when the full-scale war started in Ukraine. They collected the meeting and they said, we need to help to Ukrainian organic market. Then in March, they already provided the survey, the results of which you will see today, to find the best needs which need to be met by supporters. And also they initiated the support program to support Ukrainian organic sector. Regarding dairy sector, I would like to mention the center point of the National Raw Milk Control Program, which is really very important and plays the role of prerequisites for entering new markets with higher value added products. And the third example, which is also very important for trade strengthening, is Entrepreneurship and Export Promotion Office. This is a state institution in Ukraine, which is the capacity development center and export facilitating reliable partner. We are very happy that the cooperation with exporters and service providers is done very productively by export promotion, by Entrepreneurship and Export Promotion Office. And we see during these years already very good results, which are, let's say, done especially because of the leading role of EPO, Entrepreneurship and Export Promotion Office, in collaboration with all local partners. I would like to thank to all of you for participation in this event, and also I would like to encourage all of you for active participation, because trust and long-term commitment are basis for win-win strategy. We are very glad to support this information and matchmaking event, Organic Export Days, together with OT4D program. And we would like to wish all participants to make a business with Ukraine, Serbia, and Albania. Let's make your first steps from contacts to contracts, thanks to this event, and also be active, work, and you will have very successful Organic Export Days. Thank you very much for your attention.
Sorry, we could not hear you.
Yes, thank you, Natalie, for your very inspiring and encouraging welcome words. It's great, to have such a really inspiring and also highly motivated and committed team always behind us to organize such meetings or to do market studies or to help the sector in these countries really to accelerate the development. So we really see it's not for them just a project, it's really just a profession and a passion to do this or works on this organic sector development. Well, now we have introduced the 2 programs, and now I would like to start with the introduction of the country bloc Ukraine. You know, Ukraine is one of the biggest exporters of organic products to Europe. And I'm happy that I can welcome, or not welcome, but hand over to my colleagues Natalie and Katerina. Katerina is a country coordinator in Ukraine for the Organic Trade for Development project, and they both will moderate this session. Final instruction for all speakers and presenters later on. You don't have to be co-host when you will share your presentation. So everyone can share the presentation by their own computer without having the co-host rights. Okay, that's all for me for the moment. Now I hand over to Natalie and to Katarina.
Good morning, everybody. I'm pleased to welcome you also on behalf of the T4D Ukrainian team at such an important event. And yeah, you know, there are a lot of changes in Ukraine since 21st of February this year, since full-scale invasion of Russia in Ukraine. But we are very proud of our organic sector and of our organic producers, that they continue to work despite all difficulties and the situation we have now. You know that there were problems with export of the products because of blocking of the seaports, and there are much more other difficulties. But despite all that, organic operators continue to work, and you will see today some figures from our colleagues from Organic Standards Certification Body, as well as sure from our state bodies, from the ministry and from the state institution about export, how it is proceeding during this year. And now it's a great pleasure to give a floor to our first deputy minister, Taras Vysotsky, who is personally also supporting organic agriculture since a years. Mr. Vysotsky, please, the floor is yours.
Good morning, dear colleagues. As always, very nice and very pleasant to see all of the people involved in promotion of organic products from Ukraine and development of organic production in Ukraine. Thank you, Katerina, for the introduction, and thank you, the organizers of this event, for invitation and the possibility to make a brief description of potential and export potential of Ukrainian organic products. We have provided the presentation, only I haven't checked whether I should be the one who turn on the presentation, or the organizers can support me in this respect. Oh, I see already. Yes, has started. Okay, that's great. Thank you. So, yes, you can see here what is the organic map of Ukraine as of 31st of December 2021. Of course, unfortunately, we have the full-scale war since February of the current year, but I am sure that we are going to win. We are going to occupy all of the territory of Ukraine, and in the end, in the future, this gray area so far as Luhansk and Donetsk region and Crimea will be also green or deep green, but definitely with lots of organic producers from Ukraine. Also, if you see the table, when we talk about volume of organic agri-food imports in the EU by origin countries, so the role of countries, Ukraine is one of the top 5 exporters of organic products into the European Union, with an overall figure of almost 200,000 tons in 2021. 2022 is the year which still provides the results. Definitely it's a hot one. but our goal at least to become quite quickly return to the set position as in 2020, and then keep moving on to the #1 position is reality, and we will keep doing our best to reach it. But once again, I would like to focus that you see that really hundreds of certified organic producers in Ukraine, which can really supply the high quality organic products to the European Union customers. And it has been done on the area of more than 400,000 hectares, including 370,000 of hectares of agricultural land. Once again, thank you to our colleagues from these projects for supporting of producing such a good and visualized map of organic Ukraine. Next, please. Okay, thank you. So, being in the position, you said, the number 13 in the area and 20th in the world area of organic products, it has been the result of joint efforts. First of all, it's very important that we have the law on basic principles and requirements for organic production, circulation, labeling of organic products, which was actually quite recently, yes, a few years ago, voted. Also, all the necessary bylaws to make the full implementations of the law has been elaborated and approved with the support of our colleagues. And we have already started also this exams, how to say, the verification procedure, and the knowledge of 30+ inspectors in the field of organic production is confirmed. Unfortunately, due to the war, we had to prolong this intermediate period where it's still possible transition period for using the application of European Union organic certification, international organic certification standards, until the Ukrainian internal ones are mandatory. But I'm sure after the war it's going to be implemented, and everything's going to be realized in a proper manner. Next, please. So one of the bottlenecks so far, it's that the procedures carried by the National Accreditation Agency of Ukraine, the procedure on accreditation of potential certified bodies in accordance with the new law is still in process. Last week we had some contact with the applicants. So despite the full support, all of these force majeures, including the latest one of energy deficit, doesn't support, but stops, or not stops, but slows down the process. But anyway, we are moving on, and thankful for the applicants that they are moving on, and we'll keep working to finalize this certification. Also, in the finalization stage is formation of the legal framework for supervision controls in the field of organic production, circulation, labeling for organic products. 2 draft orders of the Ministry of Agricultural Policy have been developed and supposed to approve the forms. so it will be easier to implement. And also, we have already supplied our proposals to the government of Ukraine and Parliament of Ukraine with respect to the necessity of drafting and voting the amendments on the law of Ukraine and basic principles and requirements for organic production, circulation, and labeling of organic products, in line with the new EU organic regulation. We are going to register this draft law next year in 2023 and hopefully to adopt it in 2023. So actually to be fully in line with the European Union regulation, normative acts, which is critically important for us as one of the biggest exporters and suppliers of products, and European Union, one of the biggest markets for Ukraine, especially with respect to free trade agreements and introduction of zero quotas and tariffs till June 2023, and hopefully for the future periods as well. Next, please. So we have been with what's very important that Ukrainian organic producers haven't stopped despite the full-scale war and keep working, keep communicating. We are doing the same, also with the support of Organic Association and international projects. Communicate on the constant base and appeal to the European Union member states, European Union Commission and the EU delegation in Ukraine to confirm the ability of Ukraine to supply the necessary amount of organic feed and not to apply such derogations. So it's actually indeed, despite all challenges, our organic producers, our farmers are really heroes and keep working. So all Ukrainian partners inside the European Union can be sure and secured that they will be able to receive the necessary organic feed products according to their expectations and needs. We are confirming it officially. Also, of course, logistics is in general one of the biggest challenges so far in Ukraine, but we also doing our best, communicating with the officials of European Union, namely Poland, in order to support the Association of Organic Products, the producers themselves of organic products, in finding the possibilities to develop logistics hubs and alternative logistic routes in order to keep increasing the volumes of organic products export from Ukraine to European Union. Next, please. Also, so as I said, it's important the 1-year suspension, but it has been preliminarily agreed that it's going to be prolonged. Let's wait for the good official news in this respect. And the same, as I said, we had to make the transitional periods for the certificates, but anyway, we are going to implement it in a good way in the nearest future. So in overall, it's very important and positive impact on the development of the export potential of the Ukrainian organic sector is to exclude Ukraine from the list of countries whose organic products are subject to enhanced control measures, which has simplified the export procedures. We are sure that our producers have proved since the lots of years of export that the products are of good quality, the best quality, and they can be trustful. Next, please. So it's hard now to name all the partners and also participants of this call, which has been constantly making very important input in the development of organic sector in Ukraine. So once again, just going to say thank you to all of you, including 58 more participants of this call except me. And I'm sure that such events as today, even in online format, although we also always support the physical, and we know it was very, this July event and other events of this year were very successful, and they're going to plan the next physicals also participation exhibition in 2024 next periods. But it's not enough. Our possibilities are bigger than a few exhibitions in European Union. That's why it's very important that today we have additional possibility to communicate and build business and facilitate export of organic products from Ukraine. So thank you all and wish successful and fruitful cooperation development as a result of this event.
Thank you very much. We would like, first of all, thank to you as a first deputy minister, together with your team who are working on really very difficult conditions and with very good results. And I would like to mention that it's really important that you are leading the process. And in addition to what Katerina said about braveness of Ukrainian operators and service providers, and in addition to what you say, that's great, those producers who are working, they are heroes. I also would like to thank very much that our state is operational, despite the fact that the situation is really very, very hard. And we would like very much to thank that organic is in priority focus of the Ukrainian ministry. And as you see that all of us support you in continuing helping Ukrainian organic sector to survive, to export, and also to continue its development. Thank you so much for your presence and presentation, and also for your speech. And I would like also officially, on behalf of our programs, to invite you to the next International Organic Trade Fair, BioFach, where Ukraine will have a pavilion, which will be organized by Entrepreneurship and Export Promotion Office, state institution, together with partners. So we hope very much that not only online, but also on site at the BioFach, you will join Ukrainian organic exporter to strengthen their export potential abroad.
Thank you for the invitation. Fingers crossed, hopefully will join. Yes.
Thank you so much. Let me continue and invite the next speaker of our event, and this is Andriy Remezov, Director of the State Institution Entrepreneurship and Export Promotion Office, and he will share with us information about Ukrainian organic export under war conditions. As I mentioned, I cannot see yet Andriy.
Yes, I'm here. Hello, dear colleagues, dear partners, and dear participants. Thank you for introduction, Natalia, and I want to share information about the state and the current situation of the export of organic products. And our institution create a lot of statistical information and research about Ukrainian business and export. And now, as Taras Vysotsky mentioned, a lot of information about current situation in general. Yeah. And frankly speaking, we have unfortunately, a lot of problem in sector because we have a full-scale war, problems with logistics and infrastructure, but we have a lot of positive signals in the sector, and now we have more than 42% of organic operators, and they have not undergone changes, and 50% of organic operators continue organic production, but with some changes. And it's a positive signal for foreign partners that Ukrainian producers continue work, and they are ready to export some products and cooperate with foreign buyers. And we have a lot of like interesting producers with products. And we have a lot of positive factors and for growth of organic sector and organic producers. We have a grain agreement on unblocking UA ports. Also, all of the state bodies responsible for food security are operating. And also new exporters can get a lot of support from our institution and government, and we provide a lot of useful services for them. And more than 68% of producers operate fully or partially, and more than 23% already resume to plan or resume their work after damages, and they change their business plans, financial models, and export strategies, and they can provide their products to the EU and other countries. And our partners organic initiative launched the special survey, which covered more than 80 SMEs from 20 regions of Ukraine. And they asked the question about the situation on their farm or enterprise now. And a lot of producers said that production has not been suspended or has been partially suspended or ongoing, and approximately only 4% enterprise said that they is occupied, unfortunately. And it's also a positive signal for Ukrainian organic sector for export, and they can do this activity. And if you're talking about some challenges for Ukrainian SMEs, the first challenge is low purchasing power. This is a general problem for Ukrainian business. Unfortunately, we launched also the special research in other sectors, and see that Ukrainian SMEs say that this is the first problem for them, low purchasing power. And the second problem is reduced demand, and the first disrupted supply chains. And we see that these problems create new opportunities for SMEs. A lot of potential exporters interested in export, and they create a request for our office, and they ask us about some special training programs for export, and they want to know how to do export of organic products or other products in agricultural sphere. And we help them with special training programs for sector. And now our institution creates a lot of products for producers. We create, together with our partners, international online conference Organic Export During the War. And more than 160 participants joined to this conference from EU and from other countries, and also we created the special catalog of Ukrainian organic exporters 2022. Our participants and foreign buyers can use this special QR code and go by this link to this catalog and find some partners from Ukraine in organic sectors, and also it's very important that we verified all of the producers, so you can find the producers who who can export their products and who are working now during the war. Also, we have a special sector analysis. By this link, you can see this analysis together with our partners. We create the special document, and we want to understand the current situation in the Ukrainian organic sector and some changes. And in this document, you can find the interesting statistics and topics about organic sectors in Ukraine. Also, we launched the special national pavilion on the Nordic Organic Food Fairs 2022. It was few days ago, and this is the first Ukrainian exposition at this food fair. Yeah. And 6 Ukrainian producers of organic products were represented on this national pavilion, and they conducted more than 80 B2B meetings with potential partners. And also we created the special catalog of these producers on this pavilion. Also, we launched the national pavilion on the BioFach 2022, and more than 21 organic producers joined to this pavilion, and more than 10 contracts were signed during this exhibition. And also we have a plan to create new Ukrainian national pavilion on this exhibition in February 2023, and we will do it together with our partners QFTP, OT4D, and Organic Ukraine, and other partners. And we want to present the best Ukrainian producers and companies to the world on these exhibitions, and it's very effective way to share our Ukrainian products. Also, we made a special national pavilion on the Middle East Organic and National Product Expo in 2021. More than 7 Ukrainian exhibitors joined to this pavilion, and more than 250 B2B meetings were conducted. And also we plan to make the special pavilion this year in December, and we prepare all of the activities to create national pavilion now. And that's all. In this slide, you can see the QR codes about DA business projects which we implement together and develop together with the Ministry of Digital Transformation for Ukrainian SMEs and exporters. Also, you can find our contacts. And if you are a foreign buyer or distributors and you want to find some partners from Ukraine in organic sector, you can contact with us, and we can help you with this task and give the special catalogs, the list of actual producers, and we can help with all of the questions about export and import from Ukraine. And I want to thank for our partners, QFTP, OT4D, and other partners who help Ukraine in this difficult time and who support our institution in these activities. And we are very grateful for this. And I want to hope for our participants a productive meeting and find some partners from Ukraine and some producers and create cooperation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, dear Andriy. I would like also to say thank you to the whole team of Entrepreneurship and Expert Promotion Office. Since few years that you are join our organic community in Ukraine and show your professionalism and power. I think it grows also at international markets. The visibility of Ukrainians now is more stronger. Thank you so much. And now I would like to pass the floor to Sergei Galashevsky, who is Director of Organic Standard Certification Body, and for the several years already, Organic Standard is providing, doing a study of organic market in Ukraine. So we will see now the latest data from Sergei. Sergei, floor is yours.
Thanks. Good morning, everyone. I hope you can hear me well. Yes, my presentation will be about recent data about export from Ukraine to other countries. I will compare 2021, the years that finished with previous years, but also I fully understand that in Ukraine situation changed quite a lot within the last several months. And I also presented the data from 2022 already, at least to European Union. We have it for the 1st of November, actually, quite fresh. I hope it will be interesting, and I will do also some analysis of export, what we paid attention, what we have challenges or successes, and actually I want to say that it's quite promising results we have, and quite optimistic. We can see to the future, to the next year also. And it's a great result for all of us, for all of the organic sector of Ukraine. Okay, so this is the first chart, and this is analysis of export from Ukraine since 2016. You can see that in terms of volumes, it was decreased until 2019. Then it was increased, then we have decreased. But in terms of value, we have always increased, and someone can ask why it's like this. It's not, maybe not logic, but there are two reasons for that. One reason that last years it's becoming more and more when the price for delivery included to the price of the product, and that's the first reason. Another reason, Ukraine started to sell more and more products with added value. I will show you later another charts, and you can see, or you will see it like from other charts. In general, Ukraine supplied to more than 30 different countries, more than 80 different organic products, and more than 230 companies, importers, buying organic product from Ukraine. In terms of geography, you can see that the main destination, export destination, is still Europe. North America, it changing from year to year. It can be from 10 to 22%, for example. It's a big market, of course, but still geographically Europe is closer to Ukraine, and especially now when we have some challenges with delivery by vessels, Europe is became even more closer market and more promising market for Ukraine. And we had always some little supply to Asia. Usually it's about we speak about final products, for instance, even sunflower oil, some processed products. Not the big amounts, but actually it was always developing a little bit. Sometimes also we had in Africa, for instance, Egypt or some other countries, but it's like from time to time, not every year. On this chart, you can see top 10 countries that buying from Ukraine. It was always actually the Netherlands was always the first place since we did market research, the Netherlands is a country that buying a lot and probably selling also a lot. We had also always USA in the top 3 because it's a main destination in North America. We had always Germany, Switzerland in top 5. This year we have Lithuania as number 3. We understand that Lithuania probably not buying for consumption, for own consumption, but it's more for reselling to other European countries. Actually, this role also done by some other countries like Poland. Also, they not consuming everything they buy from Ukraine, of course. And there are also some other countries like Austria, Italy, United Kingdom, that also always in the top 10 countries buying from Ukraine. Of course, we are talking about volumes mostly, and if you are talking about volumes, it's crops like corn, wheat, wheat mainly. Ukraine is important supplier to European Union, and you can see from this information that Ukraine actually supplies. It was always in top 5. Since European Union provide us official data, we can see that Ukraine always in top 5. It's always like 7 to 10% import from Ukraine to European Union. It's quite a big numbers, you can imagine. It's not only for Europe, it's all over the world, import from all over the world to the European Union. And Ukraine is always like from 7 to 10%. It's about, or even more in some years, you can see 200,000 tons. And I can already say you that Ukraine, up to this moment, this day, Ukraine already exported almost 200,000 tons to European Union in 2022. And Ukraine was always important supplier of corn, wheat, soya, sunflower seeds and processed products, millet and half millet, frozen berries. So it was always in top of these products. And some other actually. It's not only it's not the full range what Ukraine can supply, but just the most volumes, most significant that you can see. And from top 10 EU countries, we can see the change. It's added Bulgaria, Czechia, and France. Actually, in different years, we can see different countries in top 10. Sometimes we can also see Belgium, or we can see, for instance, Romania. Yeah, some others also. But it's just to prove that Ukraine is very important supplier to European Union. And top 7 products that Ukraine supply to the world. It's in 2021 and comparing 2020. You can see what I told you before, that the reason why it was decreased, actually top 3 products, corn, soybean, and wheat, we had decrease. But for others, we had some also increase. So this top 3 products, Ukraine always export in huge quantities. So it's quite if you have here a decrease in this top 3, it's total decrease. It's hard to cover this total decrease. And let's go maybe more deeply to analyze these 3 particular crops. You can see corn in 2019, actually it was a big amount, almost I think it's more than half of the total export of Ukraine in 2019 was corn. Actually, it was not so common, I would say. That's why that year is very different from some others. But and corn, you see, it's a little bit decrease. But I think this year we will have increase for corn. Same with soybeans, decrease comparing to the last year, but increase comparing to the previous one. And for the wheat, we have also decrease, but again, this year, I think it will be much better than previous one. Actually, yeah, we can go, by the way, to processed products, we had quite good numbers for sunflower oil. I must say you, 5 years ago, sunflower oil was not in the top, not in the top 10, even probably not even 20. So it's a product that recently became very important from Ukraine. I mean, inorganic, because in conventional we all know that Ukraine is probably #1 supplier of sunflower oil in the world, but inorganic, it's just recently we had some decrease last year. Let's see, this year I'm not sure about data this year, because sunflower oil was supplied not only to European Union but also to different countries in the world, and as we have logistic challenges, I have doubts that we have good results for sunflower oil this year. But for bilberry frozen, it's a typical Ukrainian product for the more than 10 years, and actually the amount we supply is very much connected to the harvest of this product, or the yield of this product in particular year. And Ukraine also is #1 importer to the European Union of organic hard millet. And I already know that this year is a bit better even than last year. So, this is top of the product exported to European Union. It's similar to like we supply to the world, of course, because European Union and Europe itself and European Union, it's a main our partner, our destination. But pay attention, this is data of 22 already compared to 21. So we took data for the end of October and compared with the same data also for the end of October with previous year. And this here you can see interesting dynamic. We see increase. So we have the full-scale war, and probably everyone, or at least many in the world, expected that Ukraine will export less in general and specifically for organic products. But in the organic industry, we have different situation. They export even more. If you ask me why it happened, why it's possible, actually answer is that we had a very nice last year harvest, and if not the war, I probably believe that this year could be our best year for export of organic products. So it could be even better, much better. That's why we have so good results. Also, organic export developed last years in Ukraine, and we have companies export. We have more than 100 exporters actually. It's quite a big number of exporters, and they have contracts, and they do their best really to supply, to keep these contracts. Sometimes we had some challenges in terms, mostly because of logistics, of course. But you can see the result, and it's up until the end of October. I really believe, I have no doubts that until the end of the year, it will be a better result than last year, and maybe even better result than 2020 also. But let's see. We are very close in numbers, and yeah, you see it. This is actually, you can see the chart dynamic by months. It's also important to see by months how it was developed. January, February, you can see it was almost the same result as previous year. Then we had some challenges in March and April. You can see, of course, we understand the reason of these challenges. And it took some time for Ukrainian organic exporters to rearrange logistic chains, and they did. Actually, it's very efficient, I must say. It was very active collaboration, and you see since May, only in July we had a little decrease. All the other months it was increase, and actually we have a good result for this moment. And you can see the result until the 31st of October is almost we are getting to the result of last year export to European Union. But as I said already, now we are in the end of November. I'm pretty sure we already catched it, so it's already more than last year. And also want to say about our protein crops, because it was a big discussion in European Union about if Ukraine is able to supply European Union with protein crops, as Ukraine is very important supplier actually of protein crops. And the answer is, you can see the answer in this chart. There was no any problem, and even more when some countries try to introduce derogation because they afraid that the Ukraine could supply it negatively influenced to Ukraine to export from Ukraine, and for several months it was mostly in August, in September we had some decrease for some crops, like sunflower cake is the main our crop as a protein component. So just to make sure that Ukraine is able to supply all the protein crops, and we had no difference for any problems with it. And little analysis of organics export of logistics to European Union and Switzerland. We have only this data. We can also see that comparing to last year, we are more or less using all the ways of logistics. Of course, we will use more road vehicle and railway. And but even vessels was used pretty good. It was, of course, mostly at the beginning of the year, but also even in March, April, it was used our logistic channels through Danube River from Port Sreni, Ismail, and it was quite efficient, especially for organic products. Additionally, I want to say that, for instance, Ukraine exported more products, fresh blueberry from cultivated, and it's mostly fresh blueberry from the occupied part of Ukraine, which was occupied at the beginning in March and partly in April, and then they occupied. So how fast Ukraine react to the situation, we still could harvest it and export it, this blueberry from Ukraine. Another example of our success, if we have operators in Kharkiv region, which were also deoccupied, for instance, in Kupiansk, we had a company which immediately after it was deoccupied, they came back to, we could organize, of course, inspection and certification, and they were able to export. Just within the less than 1 month after the occupation, they already exported organic products. I really believe to our exporters, they are brave, and this shows how they can react to realities. Numbers saying very transparently. Yeah, you can see all these numbers. And also, I invite importers to work with our companies. We have some importers, by the way, that already visited Ukraine, even in this hard time. They visited Ukraine, they visited our companies. We call them brave importers. So we also, if you have such possibilities, you can also do it. Thank you for attention. That's all from my side.
Thank you very much, Sergey. I would like to ask you first question regarding the data. You just mentioned about the data within the infographics, presented the organic market study, and also within this latest chart of 2022. Could you please share from where these data are? and if it covers only operators of organic standard as certification body operating in Ukraine, or all certification bodies which certify organic production and circulation of organic products.
Okay, data from 2022, it's from Traces, official European system. It's data that covers all export from Ukraine. We see it in real time. We see it only, of course, it's only about export to European Union, and also we can see Switzerland. So these two countries, yeah, and the destinations. Yeah. And data 2021, it's our market research. It also includes Traces data, but also some other sources of data where we have access. Also, we check data of export to the United States, and we also have, of course, access to our clients where they export. We have some data from the market, from custom also, Ukrainian custom. And all together, piece by piece, we put it together and have some estimated data for all destinations. So for destination European Union, it's very precise data. For other destinations, it's estimated data.
Thank you very much, Sergey. As I don't see any questions in the chat, so I would like to ask the following question to Andriy Remezov. So now you have seen what was presented by Sergey as results of the 2022, the time which is really very difficult, and nobody really was sure that Ukraine could so fast do all so fast to react to get such kind of achievement. What is your first impression when you see the figures which were just presented by Sergey, that in 2022 until end of October we see better figure than even in 2021 for the same period?
Personally, for me, it's a positive signal because we see the changes, and I think it's it depends on SMEs which change their business models and export strategies. Because a lot of companies change these spheres, yeah, and they tried to find some new routes, logistics routes, yeah, and new partners in other countries. And I think it's like a positive signal, and we see also positive dynamic in our activities. And when office, our institution created some open calls for exhibitions and for other activities, we see that producers interested in these activities, and they ask information about some training programs about export and some analytical data and other topics.
Thank you so much. One more question to you. According to National Economic Strategy, in 2021, it was defined the goal for organic export increase up to $1 billion. Of course, we understand that the full scale war influenced on everything in Ukraine and on everybody. Still, we have this 5 times more goal in 8 years. Are you positive on this, or thinking that slowly we will reach this goal a little bit later?
it's like a difficult question because it depends on, unfortunately, full-scale war, and I think it will. Like we can achieve this goal, frankly speaking, but it depends on EU legislation harmonization. Yeah, it depends on creating new logistical routes and unblocking seaports in full, and land reform also. And I think a lot of factors, like a lot of factors for achieving this goal.
Thank you very much. I see that somebody has a question, and I would like to ask Vladimir, who raised the hand to ask his question.
Good day. Good day. Thank you for opportunity. I have a question to Sergei Golashevsky regarding data, especially about soya. I noticed that, for example, in 2021, EU imported 14,000, means including Switzerland, as I have understood, and another related number is 65,000 of soya beans was exported in total. So my question is, to which destination goes balance 50,000 tons? Looks like this. And yeah, once again, this 65,000 tons of soybeans is based of export is based on which statistic sources? Thank you. I hope that it was clear.
Yeah, it's clear actually. First thing, it's not included Switzerland, just to it's on the European Union. And mostly it was the direction of United States.
Okay.
So the source of information also from United States data.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Vladimir, for your question, and thank you, Sergey, for your answer. I see that question is in our Toralf, please ask your question.
Yeah, thank you very for the great presentation we heard. I have a question to all of those Ukrainians who made it possible to be online today. So I saw that a lot of the registered Ukrainian participants didn't make it to be with us today. But for all others, I would like to ask you, when we look on the next season, the next production season, about the availability of organic seeds, of other organic inputs. So how is the situation? So what can be expected from the production season 2023? Is someone here also from the participants who would like to answer?
Does anyone from participants?
Or is there any specific need where also the European organic community could try to support you financially or by linking up with suppliers of inputs or something else, what is needed in this moment?
Toralf, I think that maybe your question is a bit complex, and maybe it requires a bit time to think and also time to formulate the answer. Maybe it would be really better to make certain survey either by IPO or by organic initiative, and then to collect the answers for your question, because I do not see yet somebody who could volunteer and answer the question you raised now. It is a very important question, but I think that we could follow up on it later.
Yes, it's a good idea, Natalie.
Thank you.
And so this is also to make this offer to all of the Ukrainian producers, service providers. Whenever you see there is a concrete need, QFDP and the Organic Trade for Development program are always eager to know about your request in this difficult moment, and then to see how we can support you in the best way. Okay, thank you.
Thank you for your question. And now I would like to ask Tobias to ask his question.
Hello, thank you very much. I would have a question to Mr. Galashersky, Sergey from Organic Standard. In your presentation, you also mentioned that about 60,000 tons got shipped via vessel this year, the same number as last year in 21. Can you more specify, was that all through the Danube River, or also did it include certain volumes on sea vessels?
I understand your question. The problem that I'm not sure if I know all the details. What I know, I can say. So it was quite good amount delivered at the beginning of this year, January, February. We saw it, and then it was quite a good number delivered from Reni through the Danube River. I'm not sure. I don't want to say that it was no other deliveries after that. Maybe I need to double check it, because frankly speaking, I just don't know. But I can expect that it was no other deliveries since that moment.
So on the Danube through Reni, it's quite strong at the moment. The shippings.
It was in March, April.
Mm-hmm.
How it is now, I'm not sure, because frankly speaking, that port was as soon as all the conventional exporters understood the importance to use also this Danube port, it was occupied by conventional exporters.
Mm-hmm. This is also my experience I faced, and that's why my question on this topic.
Yeah, so it was a good moment when we catch the moment. We had it certified, and it was just one by one vessel just loaded with organic, and it was one of the success, especially in March and April. But then some conventional, I think it was even sold. This port we used was sold to big conventional exporter. Don't want to mention the names, but
yes, we know it's
on the organic one.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your question, Tobias, and thank you for your answer, Sergey. If it would be possible, we would ask you to follow up and to include this information which was requested by Tobias to the email, which we either to email personally, or maybe when we will share the presentations of all speakers, to include it to the presentation, and then it will be already integrated there. Thank you so much. I would like also to mention that it was a very fast reaction from side of the ministry when international importers and also Ukrainian exporters wrote the letters to the Ministry of Agrarian Policy and Food of Ukraine to support changing the export rules for some crops. And here I mean millet. Sergey mentioned that millet is very important for Ukrainian organic export, and also it is in demand in the EU. Why it happened? Because as soon as the full-scale war started, of course, the first decision of the Ukrainian government was to protect own market, to have to guarantee food security. And it was excellently done by them. Then, after analysis, they saw that maybe some crops could be transferred from export ban to licensing list. And then the millet successfully, thanks to this active position of Ukrainian organic stakeholders and also of international importers, was moved from export ban list to the licensing list. And this, I think, also is a success story where we see that Ukrainian government is listened to to Ukrainian business and also international importers. I think that it's really very important. And in addition, I also would like to underline that this year is anniversary, 20 years of Swiss support for organic market development in Ukraine. And we are really very happy that despite COVID, despite full-scale war in Ukraine, long-term relationship and cooperation between Ukraine and Switzerland is stable and reliable. And with this summary, I would like also to give the floor to Toralf and tell that the Ukrainian block of Ukrainian Organic Export Days official opening is over. Toralf, please.
Yes, thank you, Natalie. Thank you, Katerina. And thank you again, all the presenters from Ukraine. And really congrats to all the achievements within the last 8-9 months. It's really unbelievable. We also thought by the figures presented by Sergei, they made the impossible possible. So yeah, really have to admire this. So now we come to the next module, to the next country module. This is Serbia. And for that, I would like, as a new moderator of this session, to introduce Ms. Olga Keseli-Milovanovic. So she is a member of the board of Serbia Organica. I hope this is right, how I presented your function. And we are collaborating closely together within the project Organic Trade for Development. And I'm happy that you can hand over now and introduce the presenters from Serbia.
Thank you, Zorov. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Olga Keseli-Milovanovic, and it is my pleasure to greet you on behalf of the local partner on this OT4D project, Serbia Organica, and entire Serbian organic sector. We are working on this project since 2020, and so far we had numerous activities aimed at development of organic domestic and international market both. This event is one of activities where we gathered synergies and strengths of all 3 countries in the project to promote countries and national products. Serbian organic sector is rising and expanding continuously every year. You will see it in our presentations. And thanks to Swiss Economic Secretariat, IFAM, Helvetas, and FIBO, Serbia got the possibility to become more visible on international market. Also, I would like to use this opportunity to thank the Ministry of Agriculture, Forestry and Water Management, as well as Serbian Chamber of Commerce and Industry on their cooperation and support, not just through the project duration, but throughout the establishment of Serbia Organica. With this, I would like to give the floor to Branislav. Branislav is the head of the Department for Food Labeling, Quality Schemes and Organic Farming within the Ministry of Agriculture, Forestry and Water Management. Branislav will tell us a couple of words about the legislation and the policy framework in Serbia.
Yeah.
So the floor is yours, Branislav.
Yeah, thank you, Olga. It's still morning. Good morning, everybody. I just present you very briefly information regarding organic sector in Serbia, where we are now, where we would like to be in the near future, and which kind of activities we need to take over to reach these goals. As you know, in Serbia, that organic farming is becoming a very important sector to ensure sustainable development in agriculture, and Serbia has a relatively good precondition to developing this sector. This is reflected primarily in less use of fertilizer and the chemical and other chemicals. But also, I think it's very important that the Serbia has the huge, large number of the small family, and the organic sector for this kind of the farmers actually present some tool of competitive, and a lot of our the small size the farmers are actually dealing with organic farming. However, I think that we are still in some early stage of the developing this sector, and due to the many challenges still facing in Serbia, First of all, when you based on the fact that vast majority of our organic production actually going on the EU market, mainly on the Germany, Italy, and Austria market. But when you see the structure of the export of our products, it actually dominated the primarily and the primary products. And actually, as you know, that Serbia is a small country, and for us, it will be very difficult, almost impossible to be competitive by the quantity. And we need, to change this situation, to start to thinking. I know that it's actually long-term the process. We need a lot of investment, a lot of know-how, how to transfer these primary products, export the primary products to the export of the final product. But I think that we need a good strategy, and it will be achievable in I don't know, in a 5 years or 6. The second, also when you're talking about some common features of our organic sector is actually, I think if we wanted to have some further sustainable development of organic farming, it's not good lean on only on the export. We needed to strengthen the domestic market, and until now, that offer of organic products is still limited in Serbia. And also, we need maybe to make some good strategy how to bring information regarding organic to be closer to the consumers. It's very important if you wanted to develop the domestic market, that the people, consumers, the final consumers understand which kind of the benefits bring by organic farming. And I think that next year, together with Serbia Organica, together with the Chamber of Commerce, together with other stakeholders in organic sector, to try to develop and to put more information regarding organic farming to the final consumers. Also, I think that we need also to put a lot of effort how to convince the people that when they see organic, when they see the products which appear organic logo on the shelf, that's really organic. And I think that is we need to promote national logo. We need to promote all kind of controls which actually stay beside on this logo. I think it's very important to convince the people when they see organic logo, because it generally speaking, these organic products are actually costly more comparing with the conventional product. But I think that is very important to that. Also, I think when you speaking about the further developing organic sector, we have two ways. First way is actually how to ensure continuation of the export the products primarily on the EU market. And the last year we actually record the best year for the export. I think that the value of the export last year was almost 60 million euros. It's comparing with the Serbian condition, the Serbian standard. It's really good progress even comparing with other sector in commercial. I think that the first priority is actually we needed to speed up the process of the harmonization and national legislation with the EU. It's really demanding job stay in front of the ministry as a competent authority, because it's not easy to harmonize all these rules which actually set up in regulation. The second, the process actually also regarding some group certification. In Serbia, there are still group certification, but these group certification are not set up on the line such as actually defined in the EU regulation. And a lot of our export actually are going to this group certificator, but these group certificators are not actually functioning as an association. They are actually functioning as a managing association. That means that some processor or some cold storage are actually the manager of this group certification, and they have the contract with a lot of the small farmers in Serbia. This kind of the associations is really good, and I think you know that when you're talking about association, we have some bad experience in it's very difficult to make some progress and to see a good functioning association. But I think that we need to put first to define a legal framework for this group certification, and after that to implement and to explain our existing group certificator how to modify and how to comply with the new rules. Also, I think that the third party is actually how to strengthen laboratory capacity in Serbia. As you know that, as I mentioned, that a lot of our products are going export, and each consignment actually followed by some lab analysis performed by this lab abroad of Serbia. I think that Serbia has a lab capacity, and we need to open discussion with the laboratories to see how to, I don't know, how to improve the quality of these lab reporters issued by our laboratories. Actually, in Serbia, there are 34 labs which are authorized to testing in organic sector, and I think that we definitely we should to select a couple of these laboratories to be able to issue the good quality of the reports. Also, for us, it's a very challenge is actually incorporation of the rules regarding that official control regulation in existing legal framework, because in Serbia there is no law which are defined official controls, and as you know that even the regulation there are a lot of articles actually refer on these official controls, and we will see, we put in our strategy that we will bring and publish together law of organic and also the official control regulation on the first quarter next year. And I think that we can do that. I think that is very important, especially to make this control system more reliable, such as actually exists in EU. And the second way is actually how to strengthen domestic market, which kind of activities we need to do that. First of all, I think that we need to stimulate demand and secure, as I said before, secure consumer confidence. Also, we need to put more effort in promotion organic the farming in Serbia. Also, that maybe regarding some data collection, we also have some data collection, but I think that we needed to improve this data collection and how to say it, not to update. I think upgrade this data collection to incorporate some IT tools in this data, because I think it's very important that this data collection be how to say it, be able to see even for some consumers when they I don't know, when they try to buy some products and they see that these products are made by the products, they can check in this database to put that her or him name and to really to see that these products, that these producers are really dealing with the organic production. Also, regarding the subsidies, we try to increase the money allocated for organic sector. Even that we can see in Europe, it's actually strong correlation between subsidies and area under organic. I think, and we will try in the Ministry of Agriculture to increase amount dedicated for the organic sector, but also I think it's very important to motivate the local authorities, because even in Serbia the local authorities has owned some budget, and I think that it's very important to motivate the local authorities to allocate it some own money for this kind of developing this organic sector. And also it's very important to strengthen and to integrate this short supply chain. What is actually situation in Serbia, for instance, in the livestock sector, that there are a lot of our cattlemen, herdsmen who is actually dealing with the organic rules, and which are actually certified according to the organic rules. They are actually supplying market with conventional meat and milk and other that products. And I think, you know, I think it's not good for further developing, because also I think that the final consumers also should some benefit of this dealing with these organic products. I think that the cattlemen should to provide I don't know, organic meat, organic the meat products, organic milk, but it's not easy. Not easy to integrate this supply chain, because they have problem with the slaughterhouse, they have problem with the where they sell these products, and also that we have some the project supported by FAO in the south part of the Serbia, and one of the output of this the project is actually how to integrate this short supply chain to involve in the chain, also to involve our producers, cattlemen, but also to involve the slaughterhouse, and also to involve the retailer sector. And I think that will be a good example how actually organic farming actually functioning on the right way. This is actually very shortly from my side regarding perspective of organic sector in Serbia. As I said at the beginning, I definitely the Serbia has a huge potential in this sector, and that I'm pretty sure that we are actually use this potential and achieve these defined results.
Thank you, Branislav. What you just said is actually a lot of ideas and activities you are going to have in the following years, especially in regard to the group certification and the group farmers. So thank you for all your efforts and constant support and all the excellent work that you are doing. And when you have good colleagues and good partners, everything is possible. Yeah. So with this said, I would like to give the floor to another good colleague and good partner. That's the Chamber of Commerce and Industry of Serbia, Mr. Ivan Lazic. He is a senior advisor in the Organic Production Center in Chamber of Commerce. Ivan, the floor is yours.
Hello, everyone. I want to greet you in the... Sorry for this inconvenience.
Ivan, will you play the presentation from your side?
Yeah. Sorry for...
While we are waiting for Ivan, they are also doing a good job, not just on the export of the organic products, but also they are supporting us in all the activities we are doing within OT4D project.
Can you see this presentation?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So let me introduce myself. I'm Ivan Lazic, senior advisor for organic production in Serbian Chambers of Commerce. Who we are, for those who are not who are not maybe knowing what Chambers of Commerce are doing in Serbia. Chambers of Commerce industry is let's BSO non-profit institution, which is National Association for all Serbian companies. We are the biggest business pool for contacts in Serbia. So if you contact Serbian Chambers of Commerce, we are, or our Serbian companies are our members, and we can pretty sure provide you a valid contact for that company or for that range of products. We have some 160 years of experience and tradition in business. And we also have 17 regional offices, so we can be pretty sure what's happening on the ground. So if I'm sitting here in Belgrade, I will call my colleagues who are working with agriculture or food production companies and get some information about situation in particular part of the Serbia. So we are defined by the law as an association of companies and entrepreneurs. Our core activities are, we are representing interest of our members, which are companies, Serbian companies, before the governmental bodies and institutions. We also, much of our activities do regarding connecting business companies in domestic and international markets. So we have many activities in that department. So pretty sure we have some 20-25 fairs we are organizing, or organizing participation of our companies on international fairs. We are also co-organizer for a major business activities here in Serbia, or promoting our companies, issuing business documents and all other stuff that you can see on the screen. I will not waste your time on this particular. So organic production in 2021. We have some 23,000 acres under organic production, which is some 0.67% of utilized agricultural lands. So as Branislav said, we have big potential, because you can see that only small amount of our agricultural land is used by organic production. We have 7,000 organic producers. Most of them is in group certification, but some, I don't know, maybe less than 1,000 are individually certificated, as I have information. The larger productions in this field of herbal farming, cereals, and fruit growing. Especially for fruit growing, because this is, as you can see, our main export products. In 2021, we export amounted about 57 million euros, of which is the export of fruit was 45 million euros. Most of those fruits are semi-finished or frozen fruits, frozen berry. We also, our main market for exporting goods are EU, Germany, Italy, Austria. And we have increased our export to in last couple of years for to US and Canada, which are, they have some 20% of share of export, and Switzerland for 2%. What we can see, or what our experience is, that the main export promotion activity is still international affairs, because we are still young regarding this organic production. So the BFI has our main activity for export promotion of our companies, and we have tradition exhibiting at BFI for more than 10 years. First was organized by Serbia Organica, and then from 2019 was organized by Chambers of Commerce. In organic sector of Chambers of Commerce, we established Center for Organic Production as development center with aim to promoting, further developing, and improving organic production in Serbia. That was 2016. As I said, we promote Serbia organic products at the World International Fair BioFar from 2019. And we also trying to really intensively cooperate and make some networking with private and government sector and international organization for promotion and development. We cooperate with many EU, Swiss, and US programs for export promotion. And export from promotion, as I said, the main channel is still international affairs. Since 2019, with our partners, we support participation at BioFac Fair. Our slogan is "We Speak Organic." With that slogan, we want to promote the Serbia and our companies from in 2022, the companies for Serbia had over 300 business contacts and bilateral discussion with partners from EU and all other countries from around the world. For 2023, we are prepare our companies. We have for next year 12 companies. The biggest amount of companies, biggest number of companies that are exhibiting at BioFac Fair. And what is one of the activities that we want to share with you is that on this picture you can see the growth of volume of exporting, like from 2018 27 millions until 2021 57 millions. In that numbers, exporting companies which are exhibiting at the BioFac Fair have 750,000 euros of exporting, total exporting of those companies, which is with our, let's say, with help from us, from the companies and the programs and our association in the country, we from year to year trying to let's say educate our companies to present themselves better at the international market. So from year to year, the percent of which holding exporting companies from BioFac are increasing. So in the last year, in 2021, almost 6 million euros are exported from the companies from BioFar Fair. So we, let's say, educate them to make even better results on international market. The goals and plans for 2023 is 12 exhibitor companies at BioFar Fair, which will be the larger numbers so far. We organizing workshops for training of exhibitors as a part of preparation for participants fair itself. We develop and implementation of new system for evaluating the success of satisfaction of the companies participating in the fair, and also we're trying to let's say have some information about their partners from abroad to see how they perceive our companies and in which sectors we need to improve our training or our work with our companies, our members. And we're planning many promotional activities and supporting exhibitors during the event itself, but also after that, because we recognize that the companies sometimes not using all the tools that they have to work after the fair with the contacts that they found or with whom they have some talks, and also we are researching for a new and for a new market, as I said, for US and Canada, which is growing, and we are trying to find some new channels for our companies to present themselves at that specific market. So in that regard, that is what we are doing and what our plans are for next year. So Olga.
Thank you, Ivan. That was very good presentation and you gave us a lot of information. You were actually quite modest. You have a great work behind you before BioFar. You already started with the preparation, as far as I know. Do you expect that some new companies will emerge on our booth, national booth?
Yeah,
or it will be...
Yeah, we have some new companies, new products. So we are, as Branislav said, we're trying to promote our finished products more and more, because the raw materials, the semi-finished products, are main export products for Serbia. So we have some, I think, 4 new companies with finished products, or let's say the product from for added value products, sorry.
Mm-hmm. Great. That's actually something that we all strive for, to have the ready-to-eat products because of the added value and the price that would be more competitive on the market. Okay, I would kindly ask you, if you have some questions for any of us, you can leave it in the chat or ask after all presentations. So thank you. Now I will present the short overview of the organic development sector in Serbia. Do you see it? Okay, so First of all, I would like to give you just a few statistics about the Serbia. Serbia is a landlocked country, as you can see. From 2021, we have something less than 7 million of inhabitants. The area of Serbia is 88,500 square kilometers. Utilized agriculture area is around 3.5 million. Agricultural holdings, we have 164,000 and a little bit above. In regard to the employed people, 14.6% is employed in agriculture, fishery, and forestry. 6.15 hectares is an average area of agricultural land on the farm. Climate is moderate continental mostly, and navigable international rivers are Danube, Sava, and Tisa. Organic production in 2021, oh, sorry. Wait. We don't have full data about the wild collection, so the figures that we are giving, Branislav, Ivan, and I are showing the figures without wild collection, because those wild collection are usually in the national parks, in the parks of nature, so we don't have actually the tool to monitor the hectares in the wild collection. 23,527 hectares is in organic farming with conversion and with a certified area. In the pie next to the text, you can see distribution per region. 0.76% is under agricultural area. And even gave you also some brief characteristics of organic farming. 6,421 operator and farmer are certified. Branislav already mentioned that we have a group certification. That means the farmers in the group certification, which are not the holders of certificates, but are producing according to the rules of organic farming and are in the annexes mentioned of the individually certified companies. So we have in 2021 616 individually certified farmers and operators and 5,805 cooperants. Main products according to the land size is raspberry, wheat, sunflower, rye, and plum. Export volumes is 17,681 tons. Top exported products by volume. Even already told you that we are proud to be very famous in exporters of fruits. So the top exported products are frozen fruits, then cereals, fruit concentrates, and industrial crops. From 2015 until 2021, we had, I would say, some constant rising of the area. So from 2020, we had increase of 12%. And if we compare to 2018, we had increase in the land area of 23%. In conversion, we have 10,000, something a little bit over 10,000 is organic certified. In conversion, 10,302 hectares, and organic certified is 13,025 hectares. If we would look through the regions, Vojvodina has the biggest share of the land under organic farming, something over 9,000. Belgrade region, 47 hectares. Šumadija and Western Serbia, around 7,000 hectares, as well as South and Eastern Serbia. Organic plant production, I try to give you an overview what we have in 2021 according to the data we have available from the Ministry of Agriculture. So the biggest, you can see according to the share, we are the biggest producers of fruits, then cereals, fodder, and we have a large number of areas under meadows and pastures. If we would look through the regions, cereals make the 79%, in Vojvodina, industrial crops 63%, fodder makes 86% in the category of those crops. It means that Vojvodina is a fertile land and the best big areas that are cultivated, and this is the reason why the cereals are mostly grown there. Šumadija and Western Serbia, fruits makes 58%, grassland 43%. in the southern and eastern Serbia. Maps make 61% of the production, grassland 49%, and fruit 39%. If we would look the crop production from 2017 to 2021, you can see that there is usually growth besides cereals and fruits, which have constant rising. There are some decline in the industrial crops for 7.4%, and in vegetables 26.2%. From the aspect of the vegetable production, I must say we do not have a lot of areas under vegetable. In 2021, we had around 170 hectares. Livestock production, I gave you an overview from 2012 until 2021, where we had, in last year, we had the most animals in the poultry category, then sheep and cattle. I'm very happy to see that the number of cattle is rising. And like Branislav said, that's something that is still missing on domestic market, certified meat and dairy products. That's something that we really need to help them all together, the ministry and the Chamber of Commerce and all the stakeholders in organic sector, because those are really potential of western and eastern parts of Serbia. In regard to the organic operators in 2021, we see also that the number of operators is increasing. As we said, 616 operators are individually certified, and that's the rise of 41%, sorry, almost 42% in regard to 2017. In regard to the cooperants, those are farmers that are in the group certification, not certified individually, but are in the annexes of the certificate holders. We have them rising from 2017 for 1.5%, and in total the category of individual certified cooperants from 2017 increased for 4.3%, 4% almost. I gave you also here some numbers of the operators that are dealing with trade, processing, exporting. We had them 79. That's from the number of individuals certified. 337 operators are importing, processing, and trading. 70 operators are in plant and livestock production, processing, and trading. And we had 130 farms dealing with organic production. Those are all data that we collected from the Ministry of Agriculture. Branislav already said that they have the database, but they would like to work on it to have it upgraded to provide more data. But so far we have a really good database, and we can actually conclude and actually have a clue how to move forward and what is needed to develop more. In regard to the organic sector, according to the traces, Serbia is the 6th country according to the organic imported volumes of fruits, fresh or dried, without citrus and tropical fruits. And from 2020, also based on the traces data, import from Serbia increased for 14.7%, and in 2021 accounted to 8.4% of share of total country's importers of fruits, also without citrus and tropical fruits. Serbia is on 33rd position by imported volume of organic agri-food imports in the EU. You can see the volumes of export to the world is 17,681 tons, and it has increased through years. So it increased for 23% from the last year. Share of organic export. The biggest export market for Serbia is EU. It makes 79.1%, followed by Switzerland, 70.6%, US 6.3%, Canada 5.6%, Turkey 0.3%, and so on and so on. That's based on the volumes that we have exported. Germany in the EU makes 32.7%, followed by Netherlands, 12.1%, Austria, Switzerland, and France. As Ivan said, frozen fruits make the biggest share in the value and in the volumes. So if we look at the volumes, it's almost 70% of the exported categories, commodities makes frozen fruits, followed by cereals, fruit concentrate, industrial crops, fruit purees, dried fruits, and others. Those are like cakes, flour, and other products. Share of deep frozen fruits in the total exported volume of frozen fruits is as it follows on the pie. Frozen raspberry makes 56.1%, followed by blackberry, 90.1, 19.1, frozen sour cherry, 15.3, frozen strawberry, 2.7, plums and other frozen fruits are in the less share. Market and trends. So fruit production is dominant production in Serbia, mostly consisting on the primary processing, freezing, drying, processing into concentrates and purees. Ready-to-eat products are mainly on domestic market. Juices, jams, and animal products are a little bit lacking. I'm happy to hear that there are ready-to-eat products that will be exhibited at BioFac next year. That's really something we can offer, good quality products, and also to make Serbia more recognizable and visible on international market. Main market is EU, as we saw, Germany, Holland, and Switzerland. Valuable exporter of fruits to the EU, as we saw according to the Traces database, we are at the 6th position of the countries that are exporting fruits to the EU. We have trade agreements with the EU, CEFTA, we have Open Balkan that gives us the opportunity to use them and to export more in, let's say, easier way. We see that we have a continuous growth in organic area, raising awareness of consumers on national market, more final products available for domestic consumers. And what we need all to do here is promote Serbia as a supplier of organic food and international market. Thank you. That's all from me. So that's the part of the Serbia block. I would like to ask you if you have some questions or in the chat, you can raise. No.
So far, no questions. I also remembered participants who were interested in export from Serbia. Yeah, but so far no comment or no question.
We are in time. We were quick.
yeah. Very fast presenting. That's true. So when there are no urgent questions, then I always invite you to send anytime questions through the chat function. And then we would, let's say, continue with Albania. Iris, are you ready?
Sorry, before you go, I would like to welcome.
Yes, I will.
I would just wish everybody a successful week and good luck. Srećno svima.
Dankeschön. Thank you. And now let's come to the last country block for today. This is about Albania. And for that, I would like to introduce you my colleague from there, our country coordinator from the OT4D project in Albania. This is Iris Kasasi. She will moderate this module for Albania and will start, I think, with a little welcome by herself.
Thank you very much, Doral. Hi, everyone. My name is Iris Kasasi. I am representative of Albanian Association of Marketing. Thank you very much, the organizers, for this event, especially Doral for his excellent work and coordination he did among all of us. And also, I would like to congratulate Ukrainian partners that despite of this critical moment they are passing through, they are still active and with us. So I wish all of you all the best. And we are here today with, I'm happy to see Albanian companies, exporters attending this opening event for this new initiative of both projects. And I would encourage as well all importing companies to book meetings, and also let you know that Albanian Association of Marketing is a registered member of the platform. So please contact us for every kind of support you might need during this B2B meetings. I would like to inform you that the Albanian session will include two presentations, one from Ms. Rudina Takray. Thank you very much, Rudina, for attending this event and for all your support provided during all this time to our activities. And then we will continue with another presentation from my side, which is related mainly with organic situation in Albania, talking a little bit for both domestic and export markets. So Rudina, the floor is to you. I'm just sharing my screen now. Is that okay? Rudina?
Yes, but please go to
yes.
the full,
yes, just
go to the full screen mode.
Yeah, I'm trying to share my presentation. Thank you, Iris. Hello, everyone. My name is, it's okay?
Yes, can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see the full screen as a presentation.
Yeah, good.
Okay, okay. Thank you, Iris. Again, my name is Rudina Takray. I am head of unit in the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, responsible for organic production. I'll try to provide you shortly a presentation on overview of organic control system in Albania, as well regarding the legal policy and legal framework in Albania. Okay. The organic sector in Albania is dominated mainly by the wild collection products, especially the maps, but as well the organic land, cultivated one, has been increased during the year. So in the year 2021, the organic land was above 1,000 hectares. As well, the number of operator, next one. The number of operators during these years have been increased. So in the year 2021, it was 138 operators, mainly the farmers, which has been increased, the number of farmers which are under the certification according to our national law. In Albania, it is the CB system in place. That means the control bodies system. The Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development is the competent authority, which has already delegated the official control tasks on inspection and certification of organic products to the private control bodies. The private control bodies should be should satisfy some conditions to be approved by our National Commission for Biological Production, which is responsible for approval and supervision of BCBs. As well, my unit, sector for production and marketing standards of agriculture production, it is part of others' duties, such as drafting the policy, legislation, register, and so on. It is responsible for supervision of the CBs approved by the Commission for Biologic Production. As well, the ministry have already conferred the official task to the National Food Authority for control of imported consignment in the customs, and as well to control the organic products in the market. Next. Regarding the legal framework, we have already in place the national law, which was largely harmonized with all the key. Now, let's say the regulation 834/2007, and there are many sub-laws adopted, which are approximating with the regulation 889/2008. We have in place many rules on such as organic plant production, for rules for organic processed feed and food, as well the list of products and substances to be used in processing biologic food, as well in organic production, which are already approved by order minister. Next one. And as well, we have in place the rules for collection, packaging, transport, labeling, our national law as well. It was adopted by Council Minister decision. As well, we have in place the detailed rules on control. This year, we have adopted the new list, let's say, of EU list for product and substances based on the new EU regulation 1165. We have approved already this list. Next one, but still remain some, let's say, there are still legal gap on rules for detailed rules for livestock and aquaculture and for import. But all these, next one, have been already addressed to the new law. We have already started with the drafting of the new law based on the new EU regulation 848/2018. In the ministry, it is already established a working group for drafting of this law, supporting by experts from the project Bioregual, funded by the SEI and implemented by Siam Bari. It is expected to have the consolidated first draft of this law in the first quarter 2023, and then after that we have to prepare the accompanying documents for this new law, such as table of concordance and the documents for real impact assessment of this law. So the adoption of this law expected to be, it is planned to for the second quarter 2025. In the draft law, we have had a good progress on that, and we have already addressed all the technical issues which have been identified during the implementation of the current legislation, such as the positive list of plant protection products and fertilizers. We have addressed in the new law to be established in the ministry by a technical commission, which is responsible for registration of all these products, which will adopt the list of products to be used in organic production as well. Regarding the procedure for notification, we have to establish a whole database for all operator under the certification system. I mean to be included importer and exporter as well. As well, in the draft law, it is there are included some additional provisions on notification of the activity by the foreign CBs, which are certifying according to the other organic standards, in order to put a communication and to get the information and statistical data from these CBs. The most important technical issue is official control, which in the draft law we have integrated all the provisions of official control regulation 625, as well the relevant provision of regulation 848. As well, and we have precised the tasks for each control authorities involved in the official control, started from the CB, National Food Authority, and competent authority as well. In the draft law as well, we have, let's say, address the source of data because it is a lack on the data for import export. So the custom authority have to provide each year the data on all the products imported and exported as well. We have already done a deal, an agreement with the custom authority. And a very important issue, it is import, for which we still have a legal gap on these rules. So we have already in the draft law, we have established our national import regime. That's mean which we have provided or defined which equivalent products are considered as according to our national law. As well, we have precised the task and obligation of the competent authorities, started from customs one and the national food authorities, which are responsible for, will be responsible for control of consignments in the border inspection point, as the CB, which control the importers and exporters as well. Next one. In the same time, the draft law, the working group is working, is reviewing this draft law according to our national legislative techniques, as well identification of all foreseen national bylaws based on the EU regulation 848, as well the all integrating, all implementing and delegated acts. In the end, the output of this working group will be a draft law aligned with the EU acquis, as well with our legal system. Next one. In the process of drafting of the new legislation, we have set the priorities. That's mean after consolidation of the draft law, we are proceeding with the drafting of the secondary legislation, starting from import rules, which for which we have a legal gap, continue with production rule, livestock aquaculture, and then updating all the rules in place regarding the control rules and databases and so on. Next one. Now, the ministry, previous one, yes. The ministry as well has in the strategy of agriculture and rural development and fisheries for 2021-27 in the frame of the objective for fostering sustainable and efficient management of natural resources, have defined the needs for encouraging organic farming in Albania through interventions such as supporting measures for organic production. The subsidies through the direct payment have already continued for the organic farms, the conventional farms and the organic one. Even we have in the strategy, it is foreseen it is planned to be revised, this scheme, and to reformulate it in accordance with the reformed CAP, and in order to have an efficient system of area payment for organic products, plant and animal one. As well, the next one. In the frame of E-Part 3, it is under the accreditation by European Commission, the measure on environmental protection and organic agriculture, which provides support for cultivated vegetable, fruit and nuts that are certified as organic or in conversion. In whole Albania, as well, and in the frame of our strategy, the second intervention is through the strengthening institutional and administrative capacities through the technical assistance by the different projects for approximation of EU legislation, and as well setting up the staff of Department for Organic Sector in the ministry. And the third one intervention will be the technical assistance for promoting organic farming. Next one, please. At the end, the challenge or the priorities of organic sector in Albania, it is increasing of the organic cultivated area. As I mentioned, the organic sector in Albania is dominated by the wild collection, so the increasing of cultivated area, it is a challenge and will be through the supporting measures, national one and E-Part one as well. The second one, the priority is harmonization of legislation that, as I presented, we have already started on that, and we this year will have a consolidated new draft law, promotion and awareness raising among local consumers on organic product in order to develop our domestic market. And the last one, it is the introduction of the organic farmers group certification initiative in Albania. The Albania farmers are dominated by the small one, so this initiative is the best way, let's say, to have to put in the organic system. Some initiatives even have been started on group certification and are already in place in Albania. That's all is from my side. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Rudina. Thank you for all your support. And I would like to say that I'm very happy to see that we will have some improvements in sources of information, especially on data related with organic sector in Albania, as well as let's say on encouraging farmers to be involved in organic sector. I would like to add that we are also in the frame of organic trade for development project with the support of IFOM. We are working with Rudina on potential support in further improvements of the law. Please, if you have questions like in other previous cases, write it in the chat, so we would be happy to respond. Now, I would like to present a short, let's say, information regarding organic Albanian sector, its development in Albania. So from a strategic point of view, legislation that Rudina mentioned, now we will go through, let's say, detailed information on the sector. Can you see my screen? Yeah.
Yes, but please change to the full screen mode.
Yes. Okay. So is that okay, Torres, now for everyone?
This is okay, yes.
Thank you.
As
you can see, as Rudina mentioned, on the surfaces of organic certified products in Albania, as you can see, the biggest part is dominated by white collected herbs and maps. And then from, let's say, cultivated maps, which lately have been extended from Albanian exporters, which is a good thing. It is based on latest statistics, about 1%, maybe a little bit more or less, of agriculture production is organic certified, and Albania is characterized by a small farm size. Our sector is dominated mainly from export industry, and somehow we lack organic production dedicated to local market, domestic market. Even that the retailers number and the consumer interest, it seems like it is increasing lately due to increase of number of retailers, which are mainly, let's say, importing organic products mainly from Greece and Italy, and the rest from some other EU countries. Judging from the farm size, which is quite small, many initiatives in Albania tend to relate agrotourism initiatives with organic production. According to the table you see now, this is data. The data here are generated from a database of EU Trace, which you can see from the current situation and since 2018 period, the category of products exported from Albania into EU countries. Here we do not have information. It's not included information regarding Albanian exports to the States and also other non-EU member countries. As seen also here, the exports in organic are dominated by map industry and processed maps, mainly dried, and also essential oils. As we can see here, the most, let's say, important country for organic exports from Albania is Germany, and then after followed by Italy, and then France and Austria. Regarding some initiatives on organic farming in Albania, as Rudina mentioned, we have a subsidy scheme available for all organic farmers. And also there are some new initiatives like other sectors which tend to include and provide some more benefits to organic certified farms, like in case of agrotourism. We have also Organic Trade for Development project, which is contributing to the sector. We already started a campaign with the Ministry of Agriculture and the business sector named as the Pro-Bio campaign, which aims to increase consumer awareness and include all retailing and small Albanian organic farmers on it. An important, let's say, development has been the establishment of Albanian Organic Network with the support of Ministry of Agriculture, where we have a platform of different stakeholders that are involved in organic industry in Albania, and where we use this platform to address different issues related with the sector. And based on that issues, we try to see and to coordinate among each other on how to resolve, how to improve. As Rudina mentioned, we have also improvements in Albanian legislation for organic and cooperation, the work done by Rudina and her team in the Ministry of Agriculture, and also the support provided by different projects. There are many activities related with capacities, generation of capacities and capacity development of different stakeholders levels in Albania. We are working on different levels, so with farmers, with exporters, with service providers, extension services, as well as different certification bodies representative. Now, currently, we have a helpline available for all exporting companies and other stakeholders which have issues, especially related with EU new regulation, residues, and etc. We also have provided a mechanism in our project called PPP, and the seed funds came dedicated to local market and the first one for export market, aiming to generate capacities for the public sector and for all value chain members of organic exporters. We have been a successful cooperation has been between different institutions in representing Albania in BioFac, not only for the exhibition, but also in promoting it through different sessions and during BioFac Congress. We are focused, also my colleagues, it looks like a repetition what we have said, that we are working and focused in two levels, so in improving local market situation, development of domestic market, as well as in PPP, in export level through PPP schemes and other platforms. There are also projects like Rudina mentioned that are supporting mainly in legislation level, in policies and others. The challenges, it's understanding of organic concept from our consumers that has been an issue in Albania, a misunderstanding of what really organic means and what really organic products are. It has been existing, so a lot of efforts from different actors has been oriented toward that. With IFAM, we had, as mentioned, Pro-Bio campaign, which has been lately promoted in different media and from different stakeholders in order to clarify the concept and increase awareness. As I said, the consumer interest for organic is increasing, but we still have to think on increase of producers that really plan to provide supply for domestic sector. And another challenge is the update and measures that Albania has to plan about a new regulation and adapting and complying with that. That was what I had prepared for today. If we have questions, please let me know. Another thing that I wanted to share with you is that Albania is still small in terms of organic development. The sector has a lot more to develop. So, but still we have very successful exporting companies that has many years that are exporting in EU countries, in the States and other non-EU member countries. So again, I would encourage you to book meetings with them, and we are here all the time to support, provide our facilitation. So just let us know. Thank you. So I don't see.
No questions so far. So all your explanations were complete, huh? More or less, I think, yes. So yeah, we're quite good in time, but maybe also people already thinking about lunch. Nevertheless, I would give together with Iris opportunity also to raise questions about the organic sector and the organic export market. Serbia, not Serbia, Albania, sorry. Is there any question around? When not, so I see no hand and no incoming question in the chat function. Then I would like to thank you, Iris, for your presentation, also for your preparation, as well as the other OT4D country coordinators, such as Katarina and Olga, that they prepared together with their teams and with their countries, the presentation and made the coordination. I also would like to thank the QFTP team with Natalie, with Katarina, with Anastasia, with Olena, and with Olga. They also did a great job together with EPO, the Ukrainian Export Promotion Office, who assisted us technically, but also in doing a presentation and preparing speakers for this event. I also would like to thank B2Match, this platform which you can use for the next 10 days. So even this is the end of the official opening, but that automatically means this is a starting point for the individual B2B meetings you can arrange. So far, around 140 people have registered. 50 meetings have already confirmed, I have seen on B2Match. So really my invitation, use this opportunity, check the company profiles and find those people who are interested or which would match to your business. As Iris said, and also the other country coordinators already mentioned, we are here over the next 10 days to support you on all issues, so on technical issues with B2Match, but also when you would like to have more information about one of the three countries, or if you would like to have some additional information which haven't been presented within this session. We will send all the registered participants on the one side the presentation, and on the other side also the recordings. We will do this, I think, by end of this week. Well, I think this is all from my side. So both programs, QFTP and Organic Trade for Development, will also be active at the BioFach, where we will see importers and the exporters who are participating in this event probably and hopefully again. And with this, I wish you a wonderful day, successful business meetings, and hope that this format of online export days really will meet your requirements. Thank you very much, and let's keep in contact. Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye bye.
Bye.
All the best.